Well, how's everybody doing on this lovely Sunday afternoon? Figured I'd take advantage of the decent weather, go out for a little ride on the Rebel today. If I have time, I might go back and grab the wife's Riker and take it for a quick rip too. Guess we'll wait and see what happens there. Finally got all the lights done on her bike. I think it turned out really nice actually, if you happen to see the first two videos before this one. Real happy. The wife was tickled to death. She's happy with him. Well, I guess at the end of the day, that's pretty much all that matters. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. At least that's what I keep hearing. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but you know. A lot of people playing golf. It's a sport I will never understand myself. Been golfing once in my life, and I think the funnest part of that whole experience was getting drunk on the golf cart. Cause I don't know, man, standing around hitting that little ass ball with them frickin' sticks. I don't know, just didn't do it for me. But riding around drunk in a golf cart, now that was a little bit of fun, not gonna lie. Stupid, yes, but it was a good time. Nobody was hurt. Everybody went home whole. Many laughs. Good time. Good time. Hopefully work this week will be a little more chill than the last week. I don't know about you guys, but goddamn, you know, some of my co-workers, I just look at them and wonder how the hell they function from day to day. Really don't understand it. You ever walk into work, look at your co-workers, and all you see are a bunch of piñatas, and all you need is that big stick in the corner? Sometimes that's how I feel when I go to work. Just look at these guys and just want to start swinging, see what falls out. So hopefully all you guys are out there enjoying your Sundays as well, whatever it may be doing. Get out there, enjoy life while you can. Seems to pass us all by pretty quick anymore. Little old town of Vienna. Don't you do it, don't you do it, don't you do it. You're an asshole. Like, seriously? You saw me coming, and you just couldn't stand it. Just couldn't wait a couple more seconds for me to go by. Oh, hell no. You gotta run out there and get ahead of the guy on the bike. Not a problem. I know you're in a big hurry to get wherever you're going. Just hate when people do that shit. Like, really, what is your damn hurry? You looked right at me. You saw me coming. You saw me go through the green light, make my turn, and you just eyes forward and roll with it. Swear to God, people are just stupid anymore. They just don't care. They really don't. Patient little fuckers, man. That's what they are. Just impatient. Should take a ride up to Geneva on the lake, see what's going on around there today. Probably not a whole lot of anything, but it's a nice ride up that way. Got some nice scenery when you're riding up along the lake. It is some nice riding out here. At least the traffic in these smaller towns isn't as bad. You're riding around Warren and that. Them people, they can't drive. I don't care what anybody says. Although, really, you get in any city, it seems like people don't know how to damn drive anymore. Not real sure why or what the problem is, but people definitely can't drive worth a shit anymore. Too busy playing on their phones. or watching TV or some shit when they're driving. It's kind of scary anymore. A lot of my friends over the years have died on motorcycle accidents. 9 times out of 10 it was somebody else's fault. Another driver not paying attention, which is typical out here on the roads anymore, because again, everybody's in a big hurry. You know, I realize bikes are a little smaller than a car, but come on, man. I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're behind the wheel, paying attention to your surroundings, there's absolutely no reason, none whatsoever, anybody should ever pull out in front of a motorcycle. Period. It just shouldn't happen. But we live in a world of distraction where they just don't want to pay attention, or can't for some reason. I don't know what the issue is, but it really is kind of nuts anymore. You know, I was a firefighter for many years before I got out of that industry, went to the towing industry. And some of the motorcycle wrecks that I had seen and patients I had dealt with, I mean, it definitely leaves a lasting impression, especially if you ride. Now, this bike and the Grom are the first 2 bikes I've owned in at least 20 years. When I was younger, I used to ride all the time. When I got married, started having kids, the wife's like, yeah, I'd rather you not. So, being the husband and father I was, alright, got rid of the toys. I get it. And then, my youngest boy finally turned 18. My wife surprised me with the Rebel here. I did buy the Grom first. I bought the Grom originally just to rip around town. Just to screwball around on. And she let me get it because, I mean, it's a 125. You ain't going to do 100 mile an hour on it. So she knew I wasn't going to kill myself on it. As long as some idiot didn't run me over, that is. But she knew I wasn't going to act a fool. And I mean, it's a fun little bike to play on. It really is. And the looks that I get, because I'm a big dude, you know, I'm 5'11", 300 pounds. So, fat man, little bike. And I'll be real honest with you, I don't give a fiddler's fuck what anybody thinks or says about me. I do me. I enjoy the hell out of that thing. I like that bike more than anything else I own, to be completely honest with you. I have more fun on that little thing than my side-by-side, than this, the Ryker. There's just something about that little bike. I mean, it's a little hooligan bike. You know, you can romp around on that thing. If you tear it up, it don't cost nothing to fix. You know, the maintenance is cheap, the insurance is cheap, the upkeep's cheap, everything's cheap on that bike. Everything. There ain't an expensive aspect on that little bike, which is the best reason to own it. And a lot of guys, you know, they laugh and point, you know, you're playing on that little kid's toy for. You see the smile on my face, ear to ear, that's why. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. We're out here to have fun. We're out here to enjoy ourselves the best way that we can. But anyway, so I bought that. A year later, my wife surprises me with this Rebel, which actually kind of shocked me. I'm not gonna lie, it did, and I love her to death for it. It was probably one of the best gifts she's ever given me, aside from my children. Don't get me wrong, my children by far were the best, but as far as a toy goes, this was by far the best. I've had an immense amount of fun on this thing. I've ridden it just about everywhere. Got a couple buddies I ride with here and there. Actually need to find a few more riding buddies, because the ones I was riding with, the one guy got his bike stolen, hasn't replaced it, and the other guy, he moved out of town, so yeah, you know, And I don't mind riding solo, don't get me wrong. I don't. Every now and then it's kind of nice to have somebody else to ride along with. Sometimes I'll run up to Conneaut. My cousins live up there and they both ride. So every once in a while I'll ride up there, ride with them. And that's always a good time. But after my wife got me the Revel, she showed a little interest in learning how to ride a bike herself. But she didn't want a two-wheeler. And I told her, I said, all right, well, look at some of the trikes. I says, Harley's got a couple trikes. I said, there's the Can-Ams. I think realistically, you can just get about any manufacturer. They offer a trike kit one way or another. So she was looking around, went and looked at a whole bunch of different things, and was immediately drawn to the Ryker. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that Ryker. I don't care what anybody says. Nothing wrong with that Ryker. That thing is a fun ass little bike. It really is. For anybody that really doesn't have the ability to balance a bike, so let's say something like that, or any trike, is perfect. I would recommend the Can-Am more so because, again, the Ryker, it's twist and go. It's fully automatic. The Spyders, they're semi-automatic. You don't have to worry about a clutch and a foot shifter. For a lot of people, that's nice for them. A lot of people don't have the ability to coordinate clutch and foot pedal. I mean, I get it. I do, but she liked that Ryker, went ahead and bought it. Brought it home. Told me a few of the things that she wanted to do with it. She wanted to put a passenger seat in case we want to ride the grandkids around on it, which is fine. The two of us have ridden it together. And we both are bigger people. And I'm going to tell you right now, that thing handled the two of us perfectly fine. Absolutely no problems with two big people riding that bike. Had plenty enough power, more than enough room. I mean, we rode that thing all the way up to Geneva on the lake and back. I think we did 180 miles that day on that thing. And not a single issue whatsoever riding that thing two up. Now, I know, every manufacturer's got, their weight ratings, and we all know that's meant to be pushed a little bit. The biggest thing with riding any motorcycle two up, when you're putting extra weight on, obviously you got to watch the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. You got to start braking a little bit sooner because, more weight, got a little more push in you. But other than that, it's perfectly fine. And the more I've ridden that thing, I kind of want to buy one myself. I'm not going to lie. For what it is just a fun little vehicle. I don't care what anybody says. There's a lot of people that absolutely hate them things, don't have any respect for them. And to each their own. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. And that's fine. A lot of people, well, if you ride a Can-Am, you're not a real biker. Well, I got news for you, bud. I'm not a biker. I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I'm not a biker by any stretch of the means. Neither's my wife. Neither's a lot of people that are out here riding. You have your bikers, you have your motorcycle enthusiasts. Two completely separate groups. Separate groups. Not everybody's a die-hard biker guy. I mean, they're just not. But at the end of the day, everybody's out here for the same reasons. They want to get out, they want to enjoy life, they want to have some fucking fun on a motorcycle, they want to get a little wind therapy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you ride. If it gets you out there, it gets you having some fun, and you're smiling ear to ear, at the end of the day, that is the one and only thing that absolutely matters. You being happy. The hell with what anybody else thinks. again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And the opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they all stink. Take that for what it is. Me, I will never judge an individual on anything they ride. I don't care. You want to come out here and ride with me and you're in a slingshot? Bring it on. Let's go. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you're riding. Because again, just want to have fun. Want to enjoy the scenery. I mean, come on. Look at granted, it's cloudier than shit today, but, you know, other than that, it's a beautiful day. If you can get out there and enjoy that with your wife or girlfriend or husband or even your kids, I mean, do it. You know, my grandfather's pretty much the one that introduced me to motorcycles. I mean, he started riding bikes, oh my God. I think when he got out of the Army, he used to own an old Indian and Harleys. I mean, he isn't much that man didn't own. My uncles all had motorcycles. So it was always around it. It was always kind of in my blood. Now, my father personally never owned a bike. He had ridden. He knew how to ride. Never owned one. But my grandfather and uncles, oh yeah, all the time. All the time. And like now, even now, I got a bunch of cousins that all ride. I actually have a cousin that's got a Spider RT. Another one, his brother actually has a Tri-Glide. My other two cousins, they both ride. Well, the one rides a Harley, the other one's riding, I believe it's a Yamaha. Matter of fact, the last big ride I went on with them guys, there was a gentleman there with a Spider. The Spider RS, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, like I said, you know, at the end of the day, it don't matter what people ride. You know, only your real diehard fanatics that they're the only ones that'll ever voice their disdain, I guess you could say. But I mean, hell, I rode my Grom to Thunder on the Strip in Geneva on the Lake a couple years ago. You should have seen everybody up there when me and my buddy rolled up there on Groms. Funnier than hell. You know, because I'm an older guy. I mean, I'm 48. Not a spring chicken anymore. But, you know, wanted to go up there, and I thought, you know, what the hell? I'll ride it out there. It was only, 52 miles, I think, one way. Took me a little longer because, you know, the Grom ain't the fastest thing. But again, had a tremendous amount of fun doing it. Wouldn't trade it for anything. That's a bike I will never get rid of. As a matter of fact, I've been talking to my youngest boy, and he's shown some interest in learning how to ride. And I told him, I said, well, you want to learn on the Grom? I said, you're more than welcome to. I said, and I'll even give you the Grom as your first bike, and then you get a little experience on it. Hell, I might pass you down the Rebel and get myself something else. Or buy you something of your own. I don't know. Only time will tell. So, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, he's real big into the ATVs like me and his mother, so. And he sees how much fun we have with the bikes and that. I said, bring it on, little man. Let's have a little family fun. But anyway, I'm gonna get going here. Sorry if this is kind of a long video. The next time you see me, I might run back and grab the wife's Riker and take it out for a little bit. Like I said, we'll see what happens. But until then, make sure you tell somebody you love them, and I'll catch you on the next time. Peace.